Tonight on Mr.E, these are the faces of the monsters that were released all across Canada. If you see them, please do not engage in any form of vigilante action. Just proceed with caution. Be aware and keep yourself and your children far away from these monsters. The first monster on our list is called Lucas PETRINI. In an article from Global News by Alexandra Masser, posted on September 9th, 2019, it states that according to parole board documents, 28-year-old Lucas PETRINI abducted a 9-year-old child in Brampton, Ontario. Then he subjected the child to repeated SAs. After serving a decade in prison, PETRINI was released in Kingston in November 2018 with a long-term supervision order. However, he has since been picked up again for breaches under the order and was reprimanded rather than keeping him in custody after several breaches. The Kingston police have declined to lay charges in this manner. Once again, he was released into the Kingston area. The next monster is Randall HOPLEY. The Vancouver Sun posted an article on November 8, 2018, written by Scott Brown. It warns that notorious child abductor HOPLEY has been released and is living in the Vancouver area. In 2011, HOPLEY snatched sleeping 3-year-old from a second-floor bedroom in Sparwood, BC. He kept the child for 4 days before returning him physically unharmed after the parents made a public plea. HOPLEY also had previous conviction for abduction of a person under the age of 14. The police believe that HOPLEY remains a high risk to reoffend for pubescent boys between the ages 4 and 10 years old. Once again, he has been released into the Vancouver area. His parole conditions will be listed below in the description box. The next mystery monster is James BADOUR. Global News posted an article on August 23, 2018 by Abigail Turner. It states that the Winnipeg police say a high-risk SO offender may be living in the city. Repeat SO offender James BADOUR has a history of sexual offenses against young children, both male and female. His most recent offense happened in 2015 in Ontario. He sexually interfered with a 6- and 7-year-old who lived across the street from him. He was only sentenced to 685 days. BADOUR was released from prison in April 2015, and he is believed to be in the Winnipeg area. Do not let your children anywhere near him. The following monster is Trevor Smith. The Vancouver police are warning the public about Trevor Leonard Smith, a high-risk SO who has been re-released from jail and plans to live in the Vancouver area. Smith was previously convicted of SA, possession of child pornography, accessing child P, assault causing bodily harm, and failure to comply with a court order. He also goes by the surnames Landry and Williams. Smith was the subject of public warnings both in November 2017 and again in March 2019. He has numerous parole conditions. Anyone who sees or knows of Smith violating any of these conditions are asked to call 911 immediately. Again, he has been released into the Vancouver area. If you see him, do not engage in any form of vigilante action. Just be aware and keep yourself and your children safe. The next mystery face belongs to Chris John Olsen. The Vancouver police have issued the following statement. They are warning the public that 35-year-old Christian Otto Olson, a convicted federal sex offender, has been released from custody and is residing in Vancouver halfway house. He poses a significant risk for committing offenses against children. Olson is convicted of essaying 3 counts of sexual interference, invitation to sexual touching, 2 counts of print, publish, child P, attempt to print, publish, child P, and possession of child P. The Correctional Services of Canada has assessed Olson at a very high risk of sexually re-offending. At risk are female and male children and teenagers, including strangers, acquaintances, intimate partners, and just the general public. Once again, he has been released into the Vancouver area. Please be aware to keep your children far away from this man. The following monster is Taylor DUECK. On February 3rd, 2020, the Abbotsford Police Department released the following statement. DUECK was released from custody and currently resides in the Abbotsford area. DUECK has a criminal history which includes SA assault ×2, SA on a person under 16 years old, SA assault using a weapon. DUECK is subject to court-ordered conditions. If seen breaching these conditions, please contact 911 or the Abbotsford Police at 604-859-5225. Once again, do not approach this man. He has been released into the Abbotsford area. The final monster on our list is Curtis Hathaway. In an article posted by CBC News on March 2008, it goes on to say a Grand Falls, New Brunswick man was sentenced to 6 years and 8 months in prison for essaying a 4-year-old girl. Curtis Hathaway was found guilty on 2 charges of assault and essay on January 31st. Hathaway faced a maximum of 10 years for essay and 5 years for assault. He is currently out of prison. In a separate case, Hathaway was found not guilty of criminal negligence in the death of another Woodstock area girl, a 2-year-old. Died from complications from a perforated bowel. An autopsy found that a plastic pencil-shaped toy, 9 centimeters long and 1 centimeter in diameter, had been inside the child for 2 or 3 days and caused the perforation. Unfortunately, Curtis was not charged. However, the mother of the child was charged and only received a sentence of 27 months. I repeat, Curtis Hathaway has been released, and he does have ties to the Moncton, New Brunswick area. He also has ties to the Woodstock and Grand Falls area of New Brunswick. Please be advised to keep yourself and your children far away from this monster. Do not engage at all. I want to thank you all for watching this broadcast tonight. And remember, as a community, it is up to us to protect our children. I do not care if you subscribe to this channel. I do not care if you like this video. But please, at least share. Share it for the safety of all our children. Until next time, be safe. Signing off, Mr.E.